Nothing quite like the first game of a brand new season. So many possibilities.
You know, BA, for the player. You're excited and relieved at the same time. You get to see all the hard work you put in during the offseason payoff.
And to look at the starters for the Knicks. They've got Chris Dunn. Bam Adebayo is out there with Butler. Then there's Miles Turner. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the one. Here's George. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. That's on Jimmy Butler.
I like when George uses the shot fake to his advantage because he's good at fooling the defenders.
Shooting two.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players can learn a lot by watching his footwork, his timing.
It's not coming through. What the heck? Yo, J-Lo, chill. Bro, even with the losses, I'm still trying to run, bro.
His ability to find the space
yesterday's
it's just
game was Jelly was like, them joints took his hard. He's not trying to play, so I was like, hey, it is what it is. He's not trying to play at that moment, so. But I'm down to play if we get enough.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. I wanted to know how he planned on tackling the Jimmy Butler problem. He told me I want to make everything as hard for him as possible, anything we can do to bother him, and to get him to be even a little less aggressive, trying to put out the fire before it starts. That's the plan. Back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie. A multiple-time All-Star. What aspect of Adebayo's game stand catches your eye nightly?
Well, Brian, I'd say it's not one thing. He's a very complete player. He can rebound, defend, pass, score. This guy does it all.
And by all accounts, a great teammate as well.
That's exactly right.
Now here's Russell. Adebayo grabs the board. About a minute into this first quarter. George against Butler. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Adebayo. Shot clock at 6. And Adebayo slams it in.
Yeah, Adebayo there throwing it down with.
Who would y'all prefer on KD? Bam Adebayo or Jimmy Butler?
Boston on offense. 4-point game. Here's Brown. Back to Russell. And then Russell with the dunk.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. And there's the whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
A couple niggas need to get kicked off the team because they haven't played since he started, bro. But that's neither here nor there.
2 minutes into the first quarter here. Pass to Brown. Back to Russell. George against Butler. George feels it out a bit. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup.
Paul George might not like that no more, bro.
His way for the bucket. George doing what he does best.
The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good on the bucket. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
Here's Russell. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
Yeah, some tough points from Russell. That'll fire up this bench.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Russell. Gilgeous-Alexander no good. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for Boston. Pass to Russell. And the go-ahead bucket no good.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Adebayo.
Wow.
Fires in the triple. Timeout. Adebayo's got 7 points.
Adebayo being aggressive there. Quick release on the catch and shoot.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Black's checked in.
Y'all heard it here first. Kevin Durant is washed.
Making a change here as well. Thompson's checked in. Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last
Right
year.
after I said he
From
washed, he just hit the
to
jumper.
the coaches, to the front office, and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. Following the bucket by Boston. Offensive rebound. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 to shoot. Adebayo from long range. Sends it home from three-point land. 10 points for him.
Well, clearly Adebayo's feeling very confident firing out there from the
Unsub and chill. I'm about to hit 200 subs soon, man.
Adebayo grabs the board.
I'm at 168. My channel has grown a lot.
Butler surveying the floor. Over George.
Wow, very early
Shot by
stage.
Butler, no good.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
The Knicks have gone 5 of 9 from the floor. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and from the field after that one, 3 for 4 now.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
Outside Durant, pass to Black. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Jumps up, and slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
That is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Here's George. After the basket by New York on the other end. And here's Sabonis outside. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Look how confident Sabonis can be. Acting without hesitation and getting it to go.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Give him 8. Driving inside. There's a screen by Turner. Wing shot on the way. Thompson's shot is off. Celtics trail by 5. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks, Brian. The Knicks, one of the top defensive teams in the league, and it starts in the paint. Coach Tom Thibodeau said, quote, "We've prided ourselves on having a tight shell. We've got great rim protection, guys who take charges, and we're aggressive on the ball. Guys, great defense has always been Tibbs' MO."
And nothing has changed now. Thanks, Allie. Stan, last year was an epic season for the Celtics, obviously ending with their 18th title.
Yeah, they were by far the best team in the league all season. 64-18 in the regular season. They had the 5th best point differential in league history, led by the most efficient offense of all time. A very worthy champion. Two teammates in total sync. Butler getting good position and not taking any chances.
Ben Simmons is a 2K player, not a real basketball player, bro. Clearly.
Still no points, and he buries his first look.
In 2K, he always has decent stats. In real life, he's dirt.
Ayton with a screen. Here's Simmons. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Celtics trail by 6. There's 37 seconds left in the first quarter.
Huh? Why? What happened? Just let me know when you're ready. I can just pause it. I'm not playing online right now. Yeah.
Here's Black. Simmons defending. 6 to shoot.
Jamal, you want to see my new clothes, bro, on stream?
Releases. The Knicks with the rebound. Adebayo's got his 5th rebound in this one. New York leading by 6. Pass to Simmons. Off target at the rim.
Ben.
Adebayo has been leading the charge for the Knicks. On the glass, he was an absolute tyrant, just owning the boards. More 2K action in just a moment.
Yo, here we go with Lil Mama, bro.
We played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Knicks.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
So on the floor for the Knicks, Spencer Dinwiddie is out there with Klay Thompson. Then it's Ben Simmons. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Ayton in at the 5 down low. Isaac, he's checked in for Butler. Here's Black. George outside. Off target from 3-point range. Knicks leading by 6. Simmons with it. Guarded now by George. Thompson outside. Dinwiddie outside. Back to Thompson. Valanciunas with a rebound. So it's Boston now. And this game, the first chance they've had to see New York.
Last year, this team got the better of them in the season series. So they're looking to correct that.
George finds Kennard. It's good. Set up beautifully by George.
Well, some of the most solid mechanics in the league. Kennard has complete trust in his motion.
Here's Dinwiddie. Got it from about 16 feet.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Now here's George. He's got 5. Valanciunas sets a screen. George's shot is off.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot 2.
With a tantalizing combination of size and skill, Ben Simmons has to be a headache to guard.
It's his first trip to the line. That free throw misses. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone.
Oh, wow. I gotta get rid of this person up, man.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot.
Well, nice release from the pick and roll there from Ayton, and he gets rewarded for it.
And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played.
2 fouls for him now in the first half. He's going to have to be really smart going forward.
Domantas Sabonis, he's checked in for Valanciunas. Jimmy Butler's checked in for New York. Sabonis goes in. Oh, rejected by Ayton.
Access there denied by DeAndre Ayton.
Dinwiddie outside. Now here's Butler. He's covered closely. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. George with it. Now guarded by Ayton. Yabusele. Oh, great D that time from Isaac. Knicks leading by 8. And here's Butler outside.
Bro, I don't even know if Butler could shoot for real. I'm saying he should be able to.
It's hauled in by Black. The Celtics have gone 1 for 6 in the second quarter. Not great. And the Celtics, far and away the best record in the NBA last season, Grant.
Well, they rode that momentum into the playoffs, capturing the franchise's 18th championship, passing the Lakers for the most of any team in the association.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Durant, he's checked in for Boston. Kennard comes in for Black. So New York going with almost an entirely new group here. Turner, he's checked in for Ayton. Adebayo comes in for Isaac. Dunn, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Dinwiddie. And Coach, when we get to the playoffs, Jimmy Butler plays his best basketball.
Yo, no way, bro.
Ryan, look, it's tangible. You see his numbers go up in the postseason. Butler's been the #1 option on multiple finals teams. That puts him in rare company. Well, Butler embodies toughness. He plays hard every single minute that he's on the court.
Durant with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. No one covering. Russell's got 7 points.
Bro, I had to get rid of her.
Beyond the arc right now.
I had to delete the messages. Wait, you can still see those messages, Joel?
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Turner. And then Turner with the dunk.
And Shea's playmaking is really exceptional. Highlighted there with the perfect pass.
Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Taking it inside. SGA.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
To the paint. Here's Kennard. And it's New York with a rebound. Their next game playing at home as the Pacers come to town.
I got you.
That's
Okay.
the first of just 2 home games for them. Turner, a screen on Russell. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander.
Wow.
Paul George pulls down the board. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. Trailing by 10. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 10. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
Grant's checked in for Boston. Martin comes in for Kennard. And Sabonis slams it in.
At almost 7 feet tall, you gotta push Sabonis farther away. When you don't, he just dunks it with ease.
Pass to Adebayo. This one for 3. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes. 13 points in the game.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Russell. Dunn outside. Turner inside. Durant's there. Tries again. And Domas Sabonis pulls it down. Sabonis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Martin, the pass to Durant. Durant, so effective inside.
You gotta push Durant farther away than this, or he will make you pay.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, Kevin Durant steadily climbing up the top 10 of the all-time scoring list. He said, I've been in the league for half of my life now. It's it's a blessing to be playing on this platform and doing what I love to do. I just want to continue to keep putting in good work and keep adding to what I already did.
One of the greats, Alec. Thank you. 2 open that time. Made it look easy. And now it's just a 4-point New York lead.
They're having more success with the three-point shot here in the second quarter as they try to cut into this lead.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
Pass to Sabonis. Here's Martin, defended by Dunn. Grant, right side. Clock at 4. Over Butler. Grant's shot is off.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Turner. Russell with the rebound.
It hasn't been his best quarter. I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of a slump.
Pass to Durant. Over Adebayo. That's good from Durant on the assist by Russell. Durant's got 6 points. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Knicks out in front, leading by Allie as always. Thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports.
And we welcome you to halftime as the Boston Celtics are getting everything they can handle so far.
A few things for them to focus on: more presence on the backboards, more physicality, maybe a few elbow sandwiches.
And maybe the guards need to crack back, get in there and help out.
And during that first half of play, these two leading the way. Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been a clinic out there by Bam Adebayo.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
We've got Paul George. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Christian Brown. Then it's Domantas Sabonis, and it's Durant in at the power forward position. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. George against Butler. Fires from deep. And that'll be Boston's ball as it goes out of bounds. Celtics able to keep possession here. New York making a switch here. Simmons is checked in.
Ben Simmons.
Knicks on D. They've led by as much as 10. George against Butler. Jimmy Butler with a rebound.
Wow, his shooting woes continue, and it's weighing down this offense.
Boston pulls it in. Sabonis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. You think of guys who play greater than their stats. Butler has got to be on that list, Coach.
Yeah, Brian, the competitive nature of Jimmy Butler is the stuff of legends. Sure, sometimes it can make it tough in certain locker rooms, but coaches love his passion for winning.
Feels like a guy that's built for the playoffs.
Absolutely.
George with it. Dunn in his pocket. The 3 from Russell. That shot missing.
Well, I'm sure this wasn't what they planned coming out of the locker room. They need to calm down and regroup.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 5. Converts after the nice spin. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You're making it look easy. Gilgeous-Alexander is so skilled. The ball on a string. And we see him do this time and time again.
Celtics trail by 10. Now here's Russell. 7 points in the game. George outside. Now here's Russell. Defended by Dunn. Clock at 6. Picked by Sabonis. Russell to pass to Durant. That shot's good. Russell making the play. Durant's got 9.
Well, they get one to drop. A little relief after 4 straight misses to start the half.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Strong finish by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And such a clever player in pick and rolls, Gilgeous-Alexander is unpredictable and understands how to attack defenses.
Pass to Brown. Back to Russell. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Picked by Sabonis. Puts up a 3. And he banks in the layup. He has 7.
Hey, the defense is doing their job well, but Sabonis knows how to get physical and gets by them.
Butler with the ball. Durant covering. The kick out to Simmons. Outside Butler. Turner, a screen on Durant. Here's Butler. Boston pulls it in. George has got 4 rebounds now.
Well, this is certainly not the game he was hoping for offensively, but they've been able to find points as a team even without his contributions.
All right, a chance to check in on Bam Adebayo. What do you have, Allie?
Hey, guys, I got an update from the head athletic trainer of the Knicks. The initial reports are saying that this is a serious injury and that he'll likely miss significant playing time. Any injury is the last thing you want this earlier in the year. A bad break for them, Brian.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Always on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. Even with the advancements in strength training, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
Shoots off the step back. Jump shot is good. Durant's got 5 points now this quarter. And Stan, you got into coaching right after college. When did you know you wanted to be a coach?
Brian, that's easy. As soon as I figured out that I didn't have much of a future as a player, I knew I wanted to stay involved in the game. I wanted to coach.
The Celtics making a switch here. Black's checked in. Bam Adebayo's checked in for New York. Thompson comes in for Dunn.
Yeah, and Butler working as the screener that time. You have to appreciate his versatility.
Here's Black. The rebound by Klay Thompson.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards.
Butler can't get it to go. And here's Durant. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. 9-point game. Kicks it to George. Fires the 3. And it's New York with a rebound.
It's been an ugly quarter for him. Trying to shoot his way out of it. Might be time to work on the playmaking skills.
Boston has gone just 1 of 6 from long distance here in the third. The shots just aren't falling. And the shot goes in.
And a bit of a struggle for him so far in the quarter. Just 1 for 5 from the field.
Now Gilgeous-Alexander. Give him 20. Butler on the wing. Turner, a screen on George. Here's Butler. From the top of the key, he buries it. Butler's got 7.
And as much as he loves to get to the rim, Butler is more than comfortable with the jimmy.
Sabonis, the pass to Black. Sabonis with a screen on Thompson. Here's Black. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Black's got his second basket of the game.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Thompson outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Fades away. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Sabonis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Black going inside. He can't hit that time. Ooh, excellent D there from Turner. George against Butler. 40 seconds left in the third quarter here. Off with the layup. Pass to George. The three is up. Drains the triple. 12 points for him.
And just a drop in the bucket for PG-13. He will roast you from the corners if you let him.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Butler. Butler! So crafty around the rim.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Unloads from 13. And it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. Here's Turner. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's the New York Knicks. And we take a listen in now to Tom Tip.
Got to make hustle plays. Be first to the floor.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. On the court right now for the Knicks, DeAndre Ayton is out there with Jonathan Isaac. Then it's Thompson. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Simmons in at the three. Well, Grant, in the spring of 2024, a remarkable streak ended. Domantas Sabonis had recorded 61 consecutive double-doubles.
Yeah, it was the longest streak since the merger back in 1976. Now, Sabonis has led the NBA in rebounding multiple years. Plus, he has averaged 8 assists in a season, so that is big-time production. In crunch time, trying to get the foul, the bucket, or both.
Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for New York.
Well, you've got to like that they're not settling. They're attacking the defense on the drive and creating great looks.
And also, their mid-range game has been outstanding. They're just finding holes in the defense and exploiting them.
Russell deciding where to go with it. Late clock, the Celtics got to hurry here. Pure from three-point range.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Knicks leading by 4. Throws it up high. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
Great execution of the alley-oop. Of course, having Ayton to throw it to makes it much easier.
The three from Russell. The Knicks with the rebound. Ayton's got 4 rebounds now. Fires from the wing. And Domantas Sabonis pulls it down.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
Pass to Russell. Back to Kennard. Sabonis with a screen on Thompson. Kennard for 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Kennard's got 6 in the quarter.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, over the last break I listened to Tom Thibodeau address the team. Coach had a direct message for the team saying no matter the lead, no NBA game is ever over. Do not let your guard down. We'll see if they hold on.
Thank you for that, Allie.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Kennard outside from the arc. It's hauled in by Isaac. Knicks leading by 5. Dinwiddie outside. Charity stripe shot. Goes back up. Isaac, the pass to Ayton. Tries yet again. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Sabonis has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Kennard. That shot's good. Russell making the play. Russell's got his 6th assist of the night. Dinwiddie with it. Pass to Ayton. The 3 from Thompson. Boston pulls it in. Sabonis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Black passes to Russell. Thompson with the block.
And with length and instincts, Thompson has been an elite defender in the league for years.
Isaac finds Thompson. Picked by Isaac. Lets the three fly. They get it back. Dinwiddie outside. To the middle. Here's Ayton. Oh, and a dunk by Ayton.
The big fella, Ayton, suspended in the air as he's creating.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. So New York ends up going with a whole new group. Here's George, and it's good. Off the back rim and in.
With how good PG-13's jumper is, that is an easy make.
Down low. Here's Turner. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. No good on the free throw. Isaac, he's checked in for Adebayo. And the second free throw is good.
And crucially, he did enough there to make it a 2-possession game.
Now here's Russell. Not a lot of room. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. That's on Jimmy Butler.
He has such a skilled scorer. When George is looking to attack, it puts pressure on the D.
First free throw is good. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
They've been winning the rebound battle today. Another big board right there.
Tries the spin move. Butler with the ball. Guarded now by George. A nice shot by Butler. And the Knicks lead by 5.
What a difference a half can make. As much as he struggled in the first 2 quarters, he certainly made up for it with his play in the second half.
Pass to Durant. 4-3. It's rebounded by Jimmy Butler. New York leading by 5. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Turner. Sabonis on the double team. Butler on the wing. Launches a 3. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 6th assist of the night. George against Butler. Again, the miss by Boston.
It's hard not to want payback when you give up a 3 at the other end, but it can force you to rush things.
Turner finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Will not go. Misses off the front iron. Celtics trail by 8. Pass to Durant. Ooh, the defense just making it easy for Durant.
And when Durant is clear for takeoff, no hesitation.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Turner, a screen on Russell. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And George with some nice D. The Celtics have got 5 out of 10 shots to drop here in the final quarter. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
You're not going to find many better two-way players than George. He gets after it at both ends every night.
Bam Adebayo's checked in for New York.
Well, make no mistake, this is exactly who they want at the line in this situation.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he comes up with a bucket. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 22.
No fear in the eyes of Gilgeous-Alexander. His guys believe in his ability to come up big.
The 3, George, cash. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
This team counts on George to deliver points. His consistency under pressure is key to their offense.
Shea with a step. Money.
Oh, obviously Gilgeous-Alexander has the will to win, What a relentless effort.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. And some changes here for New York. Isaac comes in for Bam Adebayo. And it's Thompson in for Dunn. George against Butler. George passes to Durant.
Oh, what a clutch performer. It's clear that Durant loves the spotlight and embraces that chance to take those huge shots.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Russell. Now Gilgeous-Alexander down to 5 on the shot clock. Nice move. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Outside for Russell. The three ball. It's rebounded by New York. And that's an intentional foul.
First personal foul, fourth team foul. At the line for the Knicks.
Oh, the first of two, no good. A heartbreaker. And no good on the second free throw. So 0 for 2 there. From deep three-point land. Misses there. So New York wins it. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And BA, the visiting team is always under some added pressure. But they made it work and got the win, whatever the margin may have been.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
How did we lose that game?
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. Along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Got one more great treat for you folks. Hey, Shams, the Heat seem to always be in that area of making a big move, thinking about a big move, certainly seeing what could be out there. What's your sense? Are they trying to shake up their core right now?
The Heat always feel like they are close to competing and really trying to get to the cusp of winning a championship. The question is, can they find another star player to bring to this group? Are they willing to move the assets? And do they have the complementary pieces to go get that star player? But the Heat, we've seen it over the last 4 or 5 years. They're a team that has one thing in mind, and that's winning a championship.
And they can be scary when they get to the playoffs.
Playing the regular season is one thing for this Heat group. They know when the lights are shining the brightest, they can turn it up another level in the playoffs. That's what Eric Spoelstra brings.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Miles Turner out there with Adebayo. Then there's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Chris Dunn. And it's Butler in at the small forward. Simons against Dunn. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on Miles Turner. The Heat shooting their first free throw tonight. And that one falls for Okongwu. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. 6-point game. Looking at the Knicks, they took the win in their last game against Cleveland. Leonard, count that bucket. Leonard's got 5 now.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Adebayo. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And Charms, I've always wondered, watching you, reading you, when did you first fall in love with the NBA? And when did you decide to cover it?
Really, when I was around 10, 11 years old, I grew up in Chicago right as the Bulls dynasty was starting. I wasn't quite old enough, but I was old enough to see some of those scrappy Bulls teams in the mid-2000s. And basketball was always a part of the national discourse, but also part of my life playing it, and then now being someone that's able to inform the audience and the public.
You know what? I'm looking up and down this table. I think we all feel the exact same way. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Pulls from the top of the key. Miami grabs the miss. This their first look at this year's New York squad. Here's Grimes. And that one is off. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Pass to Dunn. Simons against Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots over Simon. And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
There's a great pace to Gilgeous-Alexander's game. The mid-range fits well.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. Taking a look at Washington. They're moving on up. 4th spot in the rankings this time around.
And seeing where the Knicks are, give them credit. They've stuck to their plan here early on. Playing their brand of basketball. They're showing everyone they have the potential to be even better.
Leonard with the bucket. And you look at the way the league is moving now, Shams, are there less big trades than when you started or more?
Perhaps a little bit less, but listen, the league is trying to keep parity in this league and allow teams to be able to keep their homegrown stars. There's always going to be plenty of interest, and that level of interest, not only from players from competing teams, but fans' interest, it's never been higher.
And there's never any hesitancy, right? If a team feels they can get better, for whatever reason and however they do it, I don't think there's any hesitancy to pulling the trigger.
Particularly when you're on the cusp of potentially winning a championship or competing, whether it's competing for the playoffs, competing for a title. If you can make one move that takes you from point A to point B, teams and general managers want to do it.
Well said. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, you look how Jimmy Butler stays committed on that play, ready to overcome the defender and still take the shot.
And so Butler nails both of them.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Here's Leonard, and it's sent back by Turner.
And I would not test Turner. And Miles has led the NBA in blocks and just has great timing on his jumps.
Turner with a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. And stolen by Simon. Fast break. Here we go. Poked away. Left side Leonard. On baseline Jay. The rebound by Turner.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Quick and athletic, Butler able to beat his opponents right to the 10.
Simons against Dunn. Pass to Leonard. Porter with it. He's guarded by Adebayo. Outside, Simons. No good on the 3.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
And with the new broadcasting deals, NBA salaries figuring Shams to skyrocket.
And we're not even just talking about the players, Kevin. It's the coaches, it's the front office executives. Everyone is seeing some massive, massive paydays. Every single year we're seeing the biggest contract in league history, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger in years to come.
Are you surprised at the size of some of these coaching deals? I mean, the numbers are amazing to me.
Coaching, these front office deals, it's getting higher and higher, and once Monty Williams signed the deal he did in 2023, that only elevated the market for coaches, and front office executives also are getting big paydays.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple, but I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
Certainly, DA is a two-way threat. Outside Turner. Porter with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. And finished off by Porter.
Clogging up all the passing lanes, capping off breaks. Porter Jr. doing it all.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the New York Knicks. 3-point lead. Pass to Adebayo. New York moving it around. Turner with a screen on Schroeder. Out to Turner. It's hauled in by the Heat.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And the league continuing, Shams, to tweak the rules around replay review. But would you set a time limit to maybe tweak it a little bit?
You have to, right? Especially some of these games and the way they're ending. It's something to try. If you can't find a cause to really overturn in a minute or two, let's keep this game moving. I think we all love a free-flowing game.
I agree. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
Out to Turner. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. Turner with a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. New York needs to get off a shot. Thompson for the triple. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Miami trailing. The kick out to Porter. Or the 3. Traps in the tray. Porter's got 5.
They feel like there's nowhere on the floor where you can really get away from Michael Porter Jr. 3-ball goes that time.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And some changes here for the Heat. Williams comes in for Okongwu, and it's Williams in for Kawhi Leonard. Ayton, he's checked in for New York. Ben Simmons comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Looking to end the run. Out to Thompson. Simmons on the wing. And they double up Simmons. Pass to Butler. Over Porter. That one wide left.
And D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Shot by Grimes. No good. New York trailing. And it's Simmons penetrating. On the wing, Thompson. Back to Simmons. There's 45 seconds left in the first. And Adebayo throws it down.
And Bam with great hands there to leap up and time that one.
They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Well, let's see how they play the clock.
Outside Williams. Back to Schroeder. Pass to Grimes. That 3 off the mark. Knicks have gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Now here's Simmons. D right on him. To the inside. Here's Ayton. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake.
Not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
It's all tied in Miami. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
Hey, Shams, I know you cover the league like no one else, but I've seen your jump shot. You have a sweet J. You must have played organized ball, I'm assuming.
I played a little bit in high school, Kevin, but once I got cut in high school, that's when I knew my career path would have to trend into what I'm doing now, into writing and covering the NBA. But listen, I have a lot of confidence in my jump shot, watching the players like Steph Curry shoot the basketball. I'm not trying to give any comparisons, but I do love to shoot the ball. That is the one thing I know I can do decently on.
I know. I love your answer.
Not much else, but I can shoot.
Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. We've got Thompson. Isaac out there with DeAndre Ayton. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Simmons in at the point guard position. Here's Schroeder. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Hard to teach speed, and for over a decade, Dennis Schroeder has shown you plenty of it.
Simons, he's checked in for the Heat. Matisse Thybulle checked in for the Knicks. Schroeder hits them both. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Up top, Simmons. Covered by Simons. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And it's good. Assisting on the play with Simmons. Simmons got his 3rd assist on the night. Thompson against Simon. From 13, score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Most of Simon's shots are inside or outside. I don't know where the other side they could come from, but he can hit from anywhere.
On the wing, Thompson. Shoots over Schroeder. Thompson misses.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Hey, Shams, no one is keyed on the league like you. Is there an under-the-radar trend that you're seeing around the NBA, or the next thing that you're anticipating may happen with the way the league will sway one way or the other?
talking to executives around the league, it's clear that length has been very important, but having players that do multiple things and are versatile, that is of the utmost importance right now. We saw what happened with the Celtics winning a championship this year. I think that certainly is going to have an impact on how teams are going to build moving forward. Like the Celtics, you want to have players, 3 to 5 players that are playing heavy minutes for you, that are doing everything out there on the floor, not just one particular move.
Williams, a screen on Thompson. Back to Williams. The 3 ball. And the rejection by Ayton. And that one goes out of bounds. Pass touched by Ayton. Porter's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. Porter finds Williams. Outside Williams. Just 5 on the clock. From the arc. And it's sent back by Isaac. And a fast break now for the Knicks. And Thompson launches it from deep. Kept alive. Isaac outside. Pass to Simmons. Thompson sets the pick for Simmons. Launches it. And there's Thompson. That's good on the assist by Simmons. Thompson's got the lead up to 8 now for New York. Outside Williams. Williams, a screen on Thompson. Here's Grimes into the lane. Shot up 2 there. Well, the latest CBA introducing the second apron, limiting Shams what teams above the cap can do. How does that new rule affect teams?
Decision makers tell me that they're very much keeping an eye on the second apron, not only of their team, but others, and teams that will have to shed salary because of the second apron and the amount of big contracts we're going to see teams give to players. You're going to see it at the top, but that may dwindle in the middle of their roster. But we will see a more competitive league because of these new CBA changes and less of a chance of super teams and just more parity and dispersed talent.
Do you constantly read over some of these CBA agreements? I would assume that you do, to have a full understanding of terms like the apron, like we just talked about, or all the other things, the luxury tax, all the things that make deals possible.
It's one thing to have luxury tax, it's a whole nother animal now to have the second apron, and that certainly for teams that are deep in the second apron, that limits their ability to go make major trades, to be able to sign players for more than the minimum, and we're seeing that from teams around the league right now. So how will that impact things? But certainly the CBA being 50, 60, 70 pages, that's something you pour through before every calendar year.
It is just fascinating. Wow. Here's Grimes. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Williams for 3. And Adebayo sends it back. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And Miami making a change here.
Come on, man.
Leonard's checked in. And here is Butler. 9 points in the game so far. Out to Turner. Lets it go.
Wow, fading 3. Oh, maybe. Okay.
Turner's got his first points of the game.
Well, this guy, Jimmy Butler, not showing that he's a ball stopper. Awareness, finds the open man.
Pass to Grimes.
Yeah, come on.
Now here's Leonard. Three-pointer. The 3 goes down the hatch from Kawhi.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. There's his 3rd field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
Gilgeous-Alexander, fantastic concentration.
Simons against Dinwiddie. It'll go, and the Knicks lead is cut down to just 2 points in the bucket from Simons.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Rebound by the Heat. Porter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Knocks it loose and stolen by Butler. And here we go. Butler heading to the hoop. Butler finishing at the other end.
Coast to coast there. Jimmy Butler, one of the premier two-way players in the
league.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan. That is Schroeder's checked in for Miami. And New York with a change here, too. Dunn's
Yo, William was good, fam.
Trail by 4. To the middle. And it's Leonard, top of the key. The rebound by Turner.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. And now a 6-point Knicks lead. Outside Leonard. Pass to Simon.
Appreciate you, bro. If you ever trying to run, let me know. Hit me up on Discord or even on my account. Let me know, bro.
Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Simons has got his 3rd basket of the night.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Simons kicks it over to Schroeder. Simons, the pass to Schroeder. Banked in off the glass.
A lot just happened.
Now just a 2-point Knicks lead.
And Schroeder did not even have to think twice about that shot. This young man simply devours these chances inside.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau
Oh,
team,
you on
they are
PC.
level-headed.
Got you, William.
Instead of
Okay.
his Knicks, we want
Nah,
guys
2K
to
is not
sacrifice
crossplay.
and put the team
Or
first.
at least not the
But there
PC.
has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it.
Yeah.
We know
It's not
if we stay
crossplay to
disciplined,
PC.
we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, DA. Thank you. Such a wide-open look. Leonard's got 13.
And that's his 2nd in this quarter, guys. He's made 3 so far this game, and he's showing no signs of slowing down.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off-performance he's having. In terms of scoring,
it's
this
all
has
good
not
though,
been his
William.
best night.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Okongwu comes in for Williams. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Dennis Schroeder. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Matisse Thybulle's checked in for Butler.
Gilgeous-Alexander, a very, very good ball handler, and when he explodes at that size, creates problems.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all
Bro,
of us
why they
tonight.
keep leaving Kawhi open? Come on, Bam.
It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. When the conversations come easily, that suits his purpose as a reporter.
3-pointer, Simons.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Turner with the screen. Oh, Turner in position. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Double tap triangle on PlayStation controller. I don't know what kind of controller you use, but double tap Y or triangle.
Simons against Dunn. Outside Leonard.
Yep, that's locked. That's locked up.
Tries it from 19. Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. Releases. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there. And so we conclude the first half. It's the Knicks leading by 6. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge.
I don't know why it's so delayed. It's weird.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
Welcome, everyone, as we dig into...
They've been choosy when hunting for shots, guys. I like that. Trying to capitalize on every single possession.
Yeah, you love the consistency in their approach. Really methodical. Now let's take a moment to recognize our players of the week.
27
An eye
and 10.
on these two. In the East, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And that'll do it for
Bro, I'm looking to play Phoenix next week.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
We've got Anthony Simons. Okongwu is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Porter. And it's Grimes in at the 2. It's the group on the floor for Miami. Leonard with the ball. Butler covering. Back to Leonard. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by New York.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
People like to debate, and Greg, I don't know if this is you, what's better, Kawhi's defense or his offense?
Well, Kevin, I'll say this. Even if he was a subpar defender, his offense alone would have him among the league's top players. But his defense isn't subpar. At its best, it's elite.
Come on, man. Let's get it. Oh, yeah, that's mine.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Second half just getting started.
Nah, it's not play now. This is it's an offline my league I have.
Turner with the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Simons. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Offline my league, yeah. I do this when I'm bored, when my guys are offline. Just to, have a little fun alone.
Over Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Simons missing. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for New York. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Here's Adebayo. Double team on Adebayo. On the wing, Turner. Just 5 to shoot. Over Okongwu. And the Knicks miss again.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
Puts one up from 19. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 8 now for New York. And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants to talk to his guys. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. That's some big dough.
Is it ever? And remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
For the Knicks, Andre.
I don't even think he's the leading scorer right now. Yeah, he's not even. Bam is carrying. Shea is struggling. He took 13 shots, only got 12 points.
He's checked in for Turner. Isaac comes in for
Bam is really tough.
And it's Ben Simmons in for Butler.
But Shea is tough too, though.
Here's Grimes. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Okongwu with a screen on Isaac. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. Here's what Miami has lined up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Washington Wizards. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Sacramento Kings.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Simons.
And money from the stripe. SGA could close his eyes and knock that down.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. Brett, there can't be any question now that Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has an NBA superstar.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, you finish in the top 3 of MVP voting. That is a stamp of approval. SGA, one of the more feared players in the game. and this guy is on his way.
You know, Brent, throughout his career, Kawhi Leonard has always been sensational on both ends of the floor.
It's a great point, Kevin, and it's sort of making me think about history. You know how history can sometimes be boring, but it's something you should study. Kawhi Leonard is that kind of player. Young guys should be studying what Kawhi represents in terms of his two-way prowess, dominating on the offensive end, and just a menace.
Chris Dunn, man, I only picked you up because you got a 97 steal. I need steals from you, bro.
Kawhi Leonard.
Leonard the pass to Simons. Okongwu down low. He's covered by Ayton. Porter kicks to Simons. 5 on the clock. Overdone.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Done outside. Gilgeous-Alexander against Simons. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's covered closely. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And stolen by Dunn. Ayton in the high post. And while we have a chance, let's take a look at the best free throw shooters in the league from last season. Klay Thompson, #1. And of course, Anthony Simons.
And how about the work both of them put in from the foul line? Just such a consistent, dependable performance from both.
And the NBA is truly an international league. I mean, look no further than DeAndre Ayton, hailing from the Bahamas.
Well, you love that him and Buddy Hield carrying the torch for their home country. Ayton is actually the second first overall pick from the Bahamas, the first one being the great Michael Thompson.
Here's Simons. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Simons has got 8.
And good work from the mid-range. Simons doesn't need a lot of wiggle room to feel comfortable.
On the wing, here's Ayton. Out to Thompson. The 3. Comes to Dinwiddie. Isaac a screen on Simons. 4 on the shot clock. On its way from Dinwiddie for 2. Here's Ayton, and they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in 1 trip down the floor.
Ayton's so big inside, he turns a miss into
Hello.
an opportunity.
Dinwiddie against Simons. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Ayton.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
A high-effort brand of defense has been paying off for them in this one. They've managed to either block or alter a ton of their opponent's shots.
The other part about tonight, you got to give credit to the coaching staff. They came in here with a great game plan, defensively locked in. They were ready for the sets. They jumped in passing lanes. They came away with steals. I mean, they anticipated just about everything.
Yep, it counts. 12 points for him.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Here's Dinwiddie. 2 points. That one goes. And the Knicks
Lay me.
And a long combo
Watch that replay.
Dinwiddie can
It's a bad
use
shot,
that
but it went in.
6'5" height inside like a bigger player.
Come on.
Outside Leonard. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway.
Kawhi Leonard should not be making all of this. I got some nerve saying after what I did, right?
Last game, same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way, no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Anthony Simons.
And checking out numbers for Thompson. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 18 points a game last season. 3 rebounds and 2 assists. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Back to Leonard. Good Kawhi working near the hoop. The Knicks with the lead. Now here's Simmons. Oh, Ayton in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
What a finish by Ayton, using those long arms to snatch that pass up high.
Leonard against Isaac. Pulls it from the elbow. The Knicks pull it in. Ayton's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. On its way from Dinwiddie for 2. Thompson looking for an opening. Jacks up a 3. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Outside Leonard. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the decel the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
Pass to Isaac. Isaac with a screen for Thompson. Isaac kicks to Simmons. Second chance shot, and it's good on the layup. And the Knicks lead by 4.
And that's where Simmons wants to operate as a scorer. Foul line down.
Schroeder against Dinwiddie. Schroeder passes to Okongwu. Leonard with the ball. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Thompson outside. Fires the 3. Good! Thompson makes it look so easy.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
Pass to Porter. Okongwu with a screen on Simmons. Porter, no luck.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
And here's Thompson. This one for 3. And again, New York with the triple.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Schroeder kicks to Porter. Back to Schroeder. Outside Leonard. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
It's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Knicks lead by 10. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They
had no
chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth, they've got Turner. Jimmy Butler is out there with Adebayo. Then there's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's done in at the 2-guard spot. Up top, Gilgeous-Alexander. Started by Schroeder. The Heat trail by 7. Left side, Simons. That shot, no good. New York shooting 47%, pretty solid. Schroeder against Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Adebayo. The kick outside to Butler. Simons against Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Simons. And again, it's the Knicks missing. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Miami Heat. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Williams picks him up. And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander has blossomed into this forceful guard. Just look at this performance.
Simons against Dunn. And shot on the way. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Simons. Knicks have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Taken away by Williams.
Appreciate you, William.
Against Gilgeous-Alexander.
I'm trying my best, bro. I swear I am.
Pass to Williams. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by New York. Adebayo's got 7 rebounds in the game. Turner with the screen. It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive.
And you just see that burst. Gilgeous-Alexander, hard to catch him once he gets that first step.
The Heat trail by 9. Outside, Simons. From outside the arc. Score the basket. His 8th.
Bro, this is a Hall of Fame game. I'm playing
13 from the floor.
Well, you can see and maybe feel right now him getting into the comfort zone out there after dropping the second 3 of the half.
And Turner with the basket on the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 8th assist in the game. Outside Williams. Shoots over Turner. And it's sent back by Turner. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. A different look for Miami. Okongwu's checked in for Williams. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Williams. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Porter. And then for New York, Ayton, he's checked in for Miles Turner. Ben Simmons comes in for Bam Adebayo. And it's Thompson in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Grimes passes to Okongwu. Here's Leonard. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got rebound number 12.
Oh, appreciate you, William.
City on the glass. And they double up Simmons. Pass to Butler. Left block shot on the way. And Simmons kicks to Ayton. Dunn passes to Simmons. Back to Dunn. Launches a 3. The rebound by Simons. The Heat trail by 8. Pass to Schroeder. 14 feet away. Miami no good on that time either. For New York, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Out to Thompson. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Thompson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Knicks. Leonard, the pass to Schroeder. Ayton against Okongwu. Back to Leonard. That's tipped. Butler with the ball. Leonard picks him up. And here we go. It's Butler. Jimmy Butler powers through the contact.
Kind of fun when you have a fast break where guys want to join you. And Jimmy Butler, he's a member of the party.
Schroeder kicks to Leonard. Here's Simons. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. And here's the fast break. There's Schroeder, and Butler sends it back.
And Butler really, he's a two-way terror. I mean, that's the only way to say it, sending that one back.
Thompson outside. Simmons inside. Covered by Simons. And good that time.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
The drive by Schroeder. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Suter finds some deceptive ways to make you foul him. Someone who can nail some shots despite getting hit on the way up.
Porter's checked in for Anthony Simons. And then for New York, Miles Turner, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Bam Adebayo comes in for Simmons, and Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Chris Dunn. Well, the most important event of the NBA calendar might be in June, and it's not the finals, but rather for so many teams, Brent, the NBA draft.
Well, Kevin, it's a chance for you to set the table for your franchise. What do you want to have for next year? What do you want to have 5 years from now? And so all the work that goes in.
All right, William, I appreciate you for pulling up, bro.
To build up a team where you are making the steps and taking strides to become a championship caliber team. That stuff starts at the NBA draft.
Pass to Okongwu. Going inside. And Okongwu slams it in.
Simons playing unselfish. That's going to help this team get in a great rhythm.
Here's Thompson. Here's Butler. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Adebayo with a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 to shoot. Adebayo passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. And they recover it. Adebayo with a screen on Simons. No one near Adebayo as he lets it go. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. Simons against Butler. A nice shot by Simons.
And I'm going to watch the coaching staff to see how many times they're going to call Anthony Simons' number with the way he's got it going here.
1:53 left in the fourth quarter. Adebayo with a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Steps back and shoots. Jump shot is good that time. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 here in the quarter.
And we're all too familiar with these kind of outbursts from SGA.
Leonard looking over the floor. Outside, Simons. With the drive. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And when you're a knockdown shooter like you were, with the kind of athleticism that Anthony Simons possesses, Brent, you're in rarefied air.
Yeah, no doubt. Anthony, one of those guys, really tough to stop. You got to pick your poison with him. That quickness and his ability to get to the rim, though, that can impact what they do offensively.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric
Spoelstra. Sir.
And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And he sinks the second.
Not a perfect trip to the free throw line, but they'll take what they can get at this point.
They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Adebayo finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Simon. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 15 points in just the second half.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for
Oh my
New York.
God.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open. Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Floats it up for Adebayo and stolen by Leonard. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And a wide open look for Porter. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
And this is something Simons continues to work on. Love seeing him look to involve his teammates.
The clock now can just run out for the Knicks. Gilgeous-Alexander. makes it off the glass.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, it looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No good. So it's New York picking up the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment. Thank you for that, David. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for...
I'm okay with him having 29 points off 25 shots. He balled, though. He played really good. He played exceptionally well. One moment. I got to win by a larger margin. Especially with playing on Hall of Fame. I mean, I'm impressed that I'm just able to win these games. I know if I didn't have certain players, it would be much harder, but playing against Luka's team, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who's gonna guard Luka. Maybe Bam, maybe Jimmy Butler. I don't know. I gotta look at the edge. Better fit. Matisse Thybulle could probably get some more playing time to guard him, but we shall see. We gotta do what's best for the whole team. Because even maybe we don't stop Luka, but if we, it'll be better for us. We'll see. Because he's averaging 30 points right now. Granted, I have a potential 30-point scorer on my team. I got a 30-point and probably 2 15s. And a 10. And a 10 and 10. But then again, we got to see. We gotta see. Let me check chat real quick. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get back to it in a second. Let me just grab a beverage. So 11:50. Probably at 1 o'clock I'll start Rick runs. Here are the Suns. Bam is probably my favorite player on this team. Only because of how diverse his game is. He's strong. He can score. He can shoot. For a big, he can dribble. So. I'll most likely have Bam on him. He has one of the highest perimeters and the highest steal. But I have a bunch of defensive guys on that team. Jonathan Isaac. Vanderbilt. T. Steibel has the highest steal. I don't know why I said it was what's his face. For this game, Matisse Thybulle will be starting. He probably won't even be getting no playing time for real.
Coming right up, the Knicks taking on the Suns. For the New York Knicks, good times. They've won 4 of the last 5, dictating the pace night in and night out. They look to establish their style of play again here tonight with another win. Suns, Knicks, coming up next. Hi, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sport. Well, this matchup features 2 teams that are elite when it comes to rebounding, Doris.
You know, there was a point at which, BA, it felt like rebounding...
All right.
was almost, especially on the offensive end, de-emphasized. Now you're getting back to a point where understanding dominating the defensive backboards. It means finishing your possession defensively and offensively creating more opportunity. It's an important aspect on both ends.
Now, New York starting 5. Matisse Thybulle out there with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Miles Turner. And it's Butler in at the small forward.
This is a huge part of Scotty Barnes' development. Can he knock down the long ball?
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer, and he acknowledged that they're facing one of the most dynamic players in the league in Gilgeous-Alexander. He said there's no way to defend him. At his speed and movement, we need to be ready to rotate and help on every possession. Still, he said they're all looking forward to the challenge.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. And Doncic launches from deep. Adebayo grabs the board. Gilgeous-Alexander against Doncic. Turner, a screen on Doncic. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's hauled in by the Suns. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing their last matchup with Orlando.
That's a game they know they probably could have won. And had a few more things gone their way, they would have.
You know what? The stats certainly looked good. But the fact of the matter is they couldn't deliver in the clutch moments. And that's something you've got to figure out moving forward.
Counted from distance.
Now you can see that the ability for Jimmy Butler to put it on the deck will keep your defender off balance. That opens up the space for his three-point shot.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. You know, Grant, an underrated area of improvement for Scotty Barnes has been his defense.
You're spot on, BA. I mean, we've seen an elevated intensity from him on that end. Finding more denials, attacking the ball, really proving himself as an effective stopper.
And how about Scotty Barnes, Doris? Named an All-Star during his 3rd season in 2024.
And, in fact, the 3rd youngest All-Star that year. Listen, he has upgraded his playmaking. He's still getting better, and I think that's the scary part.
Now, why are they making Lucas seem like
the Suns pushing it up now.
an all-time defender? Like,
and he gets that one.
Great teamwork on that drive. punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
What's Shea's midi, bro?
Gilgeous-Alexander, so dangerous in pick and roll. He's going to keep you off balance because he can score it or facilitate.
And it's Doncic missing. The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. There's a screen by Turner. Lets it go from deep. And it's Phoenix for the rebound. And this game, the first chance they've had to see New York. The drive by Dort. Pass to Williams. Back to Dort. And here's Doncic. 5 on the clock. DeRozan, a screen on Thibault. And here's Doncic outside. The rebound by Turner.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right. He stays connected and great timing on the contest.
Gilgeous-Alexander, 2 points. That one goes.
He's very long, and SGA so effective around the hoop because of that length.
And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout. He wants to...
Let me go on let me go into Discord, see if anybody want to talk or whatever the case may be.
Review the game plan.
That's a good timeout. They just can't hit anything.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
DeRozan passes to Doncic. Launches it from deep. Jimmy Butler with a rebound.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he misses the go-ahead basket. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Suns. Count that one.
After missing his first 4 shots,
that's going to be a tough one right there.
New York trailing. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Over Doncic. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Barnes passes to Doncic. With the teardrop. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist. Doncic has gotten his second bucket on the night.
How about the touch on the floater? Luka Doncic, so versatile.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Phoenix for the rebound.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Now here's DeRozan. Yet to see a basket. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question.
Ain't no freaking way, bro. Come on.
Well, let's remember that at 6'6", Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can more than handle himself near the cup.
Here's Barnes. He's got 5.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Well, Grant, the Suns were swept in the first round last year. Are super teams a thing of the past, you think?
You know, perhaps, B.A. The Suns had KD, Booker, and Bradley Beal, but the constraints of the...
What up, brother? Finney was good, bro. Chilling, bro. Bro, GLD we're struggling right now because nobody's communicating. Nobody is playing good defense, and our offense in the half court is struggling currently. But it pretty much mainly stems from the defense because, like, if we're playing a team that's like heavy, like hitting threes heavy, we got to keep up with threes, like, you know. But I also told Jelly that he should still take his twos. We all should still take our twos, even if they hitting threes, because we got to get our takeover. We got to warm up. We got to get shots up. So everybody doesn't know the rotations, and we might be making some cuts to the team because of stuff like that. Like our locks and our backhands aren't communicating well. And that's a problem. That's a big problem we're having. But where you at? You say you at the gym? Gotcha. You say you got a cramp? Okay. How far is it from your crib? Mm-hmm.
Mid-ranger. He said you can operate freely in the mid-range. It's like an ocean out there. If you're smart, you can take advantage of the space and pick teams apart. Brian?
He's an expert tactician working in between. Thanks, Alec. Just 2 to shoot. Again, Adebayo missing. Phoenix has gone 1 for 5 from three-point range. A cold start. Barnes, no good.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
Thompson scanning the floor. Over Dort. New York again can't hit.
That's a shot he makes with regularity, but that time the defense up to the challenge.
Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. On the wing, Thompson. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Thompson, no good.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, following the score by Phoenix. And it's Phoenix with a
I'll save this game and come back to it. I'll be right back.